Hello, 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 everyone. Tad Stevens, MediaMarket.tv here. Today we are going to talk a little bit with Britt Benton, um, who is with Farmers Insurance in Centennial, Colorado. And we're going to talk about the wildfire and the devastation caused over the last 2 years in Colorado, particularly Colorado Springs, Fort Collins, the Woodland Park area, and some others. So, Britt, how are you doing today?
Doing well, Tad. How are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. So let's get right into it. Britt, what happened? I mean, what went on, and how bad was it?
Well, as many people obviously know, if you were watching anything in the news last year, even living in the areas, we know that there was some devastating wildfires that happened in the state of Colorado, and this is consecutive years now that we're seeing this type of devastation. The one that sticks out in everybody's mind is the Black Forest area, where there was a tremendous amount of homes and damage done due to the wildfire in that particular area. And as a result, we're seeing claims that are continuing to be settled even today. And the dollars are huge. We're looking up in the $600 million range in devastation. After the Waldo fire the previous year in Colorado Springs, we've had other fires up in the Fort Collins area. There's been a tremendous amount of devastation in the areas, and unfortunately a lot of homeowners right now are feeling the effects of either not having adequate coverage or having to deal with getting their claims processed over a long period of time through companies that are trying to deal with the amount of devastation that's been out there. So a lot of people have been feeling the effects of what had transpired in the last year, and we're just starting to get into the season again.
Okay. For somebody like me, how is that a problem, or why is that a problem for homeowners, for businesses? What is it that is the problem? I mean, I understand that the fires are devastating and horrific, but from an economic perspective or a business perspective or a homeowner's perspective, how and why is that a problem?
And Ted, that's a question a lot of people have, and it's a fantastic question because many people just don't understand what their homeowner's policy is or what it will do for them. They think that it's just it's something that's there because they're required by their mortgage company to carry it or whatever it may be. But when you are affected by a wildfire, and you can be in the Colorado Springs area, you can be in Aurora where you have a lot of grass around you. You don't have to be in a mountainous area, but when a fire affects your home, and there's a total devastation, your homeowner's insurance policy is what kicks in to help replace that home. And a lot of people did not have adequate coverage when it comes to the amount of dwelling coverage, which means is if you're buying a policy and your house is worth $500,000, but you only have $400,000 worth of coverage and you have a total loss, well, the insurance company's only going to give you $400,000 in a lot of cases, which leaves you on the hook for $100,000. And that's what a lot of people in those areas are feeling right now, is the fact that they don't have that type of money sitting in their bank account to rebuild their home. So what do? And all it took was a simple conversation with their insurance agent prior to these type of situations to have resolved that and prevented that from happening in the first place.
Okay. Well, that leads into my next question. What do I do? I mean, how do I make sure that that doesn't happen to me?
Well, like in my agency, it's very important to meet with a client, and you need to meet with your insurance agent at least once a year to update. There's a lot of things that go into your homeowner's policy that's just not face value. As a result of the wildfires we had last year, materials costs have skyrocketed. Construction costs have gone up. Everybody's seen what the prices have been at the pump. So all of these additional costs that go into rebuilding your home affect how much money it's going to take to replace that home. So $400,000 on a $500,000 home a couple of years ago, obviously wasn't enough. If you went back and reviewed your policy today, and your home is still the same price, the replacement cost may be even more. And as a result of these additional expenses that are tied into the construction, the materials cost, the fuel, the construction, all of the things that build into this, those are reasons why you need to sit down with your insurance agent. Make sure you have adequate coverage. And in a lot of cases, Tad, the coverage for these type of policies and increasing your dwelling cost is very minimal. And when you're sitting down and you're looking at your home, unfortunately, some folks are feeling it, and you had a total loss, an extra couple dollars a year really isn't that big a deal when it's a big difference between having a home or not having a home.
Understood. Outstanding. Thank you very much. Well, Britt, tell us a little bit about yourself and your firm. What do you guys do?
Well, our firm is located in the Denver Tech Center, just in Centennial. We've got 4 people on staff with us right now. We've got over 30 years experience in the agency. We focus on multiple lines of business. one thing that we take a lot of pride in is taking time with our clients to make sure that these type of situations do not happen to them. One thing that we take a lot of pride in is when there is a disaster or there is a claim, as unfortunate as it may be for the individual to have to experience that, our claim service is second to none. We are there with the client. We make sure everything's taken care of to where we minimize any type of disruption outside of the obvious claim that's in place right now to put their lives back in place as fast as possible. And we try to meet with our clients as much as the time allows between their busy schedule. We try to meet with them at least once a year to go through these things to ensure that something like this doesn't happen. And it isn't always with a wildfire. It can be with the floods or it can be with anything like that. But meeting with your folks and having good communication with them on a regular basis is something that we take a lot of pride in. We spend a lot of time educating our clients and making sure that they get exactly what they need, what they feel that they need, not necessarily what we think that they need. We want to educate and listen to what their needs are to put the right policy in place for them.
All right, super. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time today, Britt. Thanks to everyone for watching today. Britt, do you have any closing remarks? Anything you'd like to say?
Well, we're right here in the middle of the season. It's just getting started. It's now's the time. If you haven't talked to your insurance agent in the last year or so, regardless if you're our client or not, feel free to give us a call. We'd be more than happy to talk to you, point you in the right direction, and make sure that you have the proper coverage. That way, if something should happen to you, you're going to be in good shape.
Super. Thanks again to everyone, and thanks again to Britt. Tad Stevens, MediaMarket.tv here signing off. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time.